Hi.
Hey, what's up? Can we get a thumbs up if you hear us? Wait, we can hear ourselves.
We certainly can.
I can hear you, Michelle. Can you hear us? Testing 1, 2, 3. I've always wanted to have a guitar in my hand, even though I can't play a guitar, and like be out in front of at least 10 or 15 people and like strum the guitar and just like do the check 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2. Can you hear this? Can you hear that? If you can you hear that? Did you hear that? Can anybody type in the chat what that was? Can anybody see that? Maybe they didn't hear that. I guess they didn't. Betsy is happy now. So Betsy with Beach Please is happy. So we'll give her a second one too. And we'll also top that off with a we are back in the saddle again. I feel we got things hooked up right, Michelle.
Yay.
All right, I'm going to stop. Okay,
He's got entirely too much energy tonight.
I'm going to stop. And hey, just Coke Zero. Coke Zero, that's all it is.
I like that Hazel fluffed.
A little fluff. Yeah, Hazel, that's right. Hazel Griggs, how are you doing? Good to see you in here. Hazel's been checking out our videos and commenting on them, and we've been chatting back and forth on the videos. So if you hadn't checked our videos, check them out. We just finished last week the 2 Bon Air videos, which we had a blast doing. If you haven't checked those out, we did Bon Air number 1 and 2, and it's the first time I thought Michelle did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Doing the voiceovers. So, and then on number 2, we had Anthony join us. So we had voiceovers for all 3 of us. And the reason we did the voiceovers was the wind was so bad in Bon Air.
Yeah. But it's so awesome.
I'm telling you, Bon Air is my favorite port now, I think.
If you have a chance, go.
Yes. If you have a chance, Bon Air, and hope they don't. I know Gary Krebs today in one of the Marco Polo said that they canceled his Bon Air for Grand Cayman. I was like, because I actually sent him behind the scenes those videos before we went live because he was asking me questions about Bon Air.
Was there an explanation?
No, the cruise line that he was on just said that they swapped them out. I don't know why.
Well, there's no comparison.
I don't know. Yeah, we've been to Grand Cayman and Bon Air. Yeah. So we put those 2 videos out this week, and then we also put out the Seafood Shack.
The shrimp are so good.
Billy J gave me a hard time about how many times I said buffalo shrimp. Buffalo shrimp.
So
buffalo
it
shrimp.
might get something in his head. It just comes out over and over and over
again. I'm just like a 5-year-old, just like.
Absolutely.
That's only the 3rd time. I promise not 25 times.
5-year-old.
I'm like a 5-year-old. Yeah. So this is the big announcement. So
we've got an announcement?
Yes. Today, hey, come with me, Michelle.
Okay, I'm here.
Jump in.
I'm here.
Come with me. Come with me. Come
All right.
Come here a little closer. This right here came in the mail today. This package came in the mail today. And when I opened it up, this was inside. Secret Admirer. It's probably what you're thinking, right? Secret Admirer. And the award goes to don't you get any ideas about slapping me? Mike Lovelace from Lovey's Fat Life for the most uses of the word Margaritaville in a vlog. We have won the Beach Please gold-plated duck on a pedestal award. I have made it as a vlogger now. We can retire. We may not put another video out. I know that's going to make everybody happy that probably like, God, please don't let him say Margaritaville again. Billy J. Margaritaville, sorry. But look at that. Is that not, I mean, listen, anybody can get a chicken award, like some channels. Just picking on you, Clayco. Who gets a golden plated duck award?
Michael.
I mean, we do. And Bible.
No, it's not we. It's a you.
No, it's we.
No, it's
our channel, Lovey's Fat Life.
Okay.
Just because it's got my name, I mean,
I'm not the one who said Margaritaville 50 times.
Yeah, but listen to this. I'm gonna give you a tip. I'm gonna give you a tip. I told this to Beach Please after I won this award. After I already had it in my hand and I grabbed victory from defeat. There was so many other channels that said Margaritaville at least 25 times. Actually, on the show, there was only us, but there was at least 5 other videos that did Margaritaville, and we won because we said it 25 times. There is a new video out this week from Think Media that says how many times you say a word in the if it matches what's in the title, YouTube algorithm promotes your video more.
Oh, is that your logic?
25 times, it's got over 3,000 views in 4 weeks. It's not because of my Southern accent and my good look. I know my good look. It's not because my Southern accents and good looks. It may be your good looks and Anthony's good look. It could be Adventures Ahead's good look. Well, no, it's not. Maybe Michelle from Adventures Ahead good look. It's not Josh's good looks. But hey, yeah. Beach Please, we love you. Mike and Betsy, we appreciate it.
Thank you for the golden duck.
It's going to go back here.
We got to find a spot for it.
It's going to go right back there. I think it's going to go right beside the pig. So, okay. Thank you. I can sleep at night now.
Y'all, he is extra tonight.
I am extra.
He is.
Don't you forget that, Michelle. I'm extra.
He's extra.
I'm a Big Mac with extra patty. Don't
extra
forget that.
Sauce.
Saucy baby. Hope you guys are having a good one. We're going to go back and say hey to the chat real quick, and then we're going to bring our special guest on tonight. SCT. You know what the SCT stands for?
I've got to find out.
You got to do your research. I studied. I know. I did my research.
I wanted it to be a surprise. I wanted to hear it from them.
You thought it was South Carolina Travels, just like 80% of the people in here did, probably.
I wanted them to tell me. I wanted to see it come out of their mouth.
All right, let's say hey to everybody here. Let's see. Miss Meg was in the house. How you doing, Meg? Tom Beetle Bailey's in the house. How you doing? Mr. Paul Vines, who beat me on SCT. I wanted the brain to go beside the duck. I lost out on that one. At least I got a duck. Nana's Hidden Apron, sub to that channel as well. I already said Meg, didn't I? Mr. Anthony Simone, how you doing, brother? You keep me straight right here, Michelle. Make sure I don't miss nobody. Mr. Dave, him and I were talking about Johnny Cash the other day. Love some Johnny Cash. Peg and Artie, how you doing? KY Travelers, another channel to go sub to. Hit them up. If I miss somebody, Miss Betsy and Mike, Beach Please. And I think they got a special guest tonight, Miss Nautical Nurse Nancy. Maybe Nancy and Nancy. What I call him, Anthony? Nancy and Anthony. Special. Yeah, the captain is here, Billy J. How you doing? Oh, I already said that. Okay. All right. Keep me going, Michelle. Keep me going.
Okay.
Kelly. Yes. Yeah, Kelly and Tammy's Journey's in the house. Good to see you in the house. Arc Adventure, good to see you in here. I remember seeing you on Beach Please a while back. That was several months ago, but I do remember seeing a couple of your videos. Good deal. A lot of creators in here. Hey, right now is a great time while we're going through the chat right now. If you are a creator, supporter, whatever you are, travel agent, go ahead and put that in there. Hashtag creator, hashtag travel agent, supporter, whatever you are. And it's a great time to pick a channel out and go ahead and hit them up. We'll go ahead and go through here. We got Beach Please in here. So yeah, it was new music. I put that on the Aruba. We got Moonlight Adventures in the house. How you doing, Jason? And we got the Traveling Gilberts in here. Moonsun, Jennifer. A lot of people in here. I like it. I like it. I love it. Antoinette at Fun. Just talking about you earlier, Miss Antoinette. Great channel. Go check her out. Lori S. How you doing, Lori? Good to see you in the house. MGM, who's going to be on the, well, was that officially announced? I may not better say it. I'm not going to say it. I think it was announced, but I'm not going to say it.
You're going to get in trouble.
I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in big trouble. Rolla, how you doing? I stay in trouble. Trouble's my middle name. Keep me straight, Michelle. I'm going, Miss Hazel. How are you doing, Miss Hazel? Good to see you in here. She was laughing at Mr. Anthony. I think she likes Mr. Anthony. the videos need more Anthony, don't they? He's so cute. And yes, we have. Okay. Yes, a fart. Meg, thanks. That was actually, she said that before I hit the button. So she must have heard something behind the scenes. Each place we got in here. All right. So fluffed. I love that word. That's a new word I'm going to start using.
I like it too.
I like it. I like it.
I think we're.
I did say hey to Anthony earlier, didn't I? Hey, Miss Cindy Lou. And I did say hey to Anthony, I think earlier, didn't I?
You did.
I think I did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you keep eye on her. I'm getting down close to the bottom, and
I don't.
SCT, I think we're about ready for them if they're ready in the back. We got Nightbot in here. Oh, I didn't want my channel to pop up there. I thought it was SCT pop up there. The extra fluff. Extra fluff. That's right. That's
I got some extra fluff.
That was a huge announcement, Margaritaville. It was a huge announcement. That's what we wanted to put up here. If you hadn't subbed to their channel, please go sub to their channel. SCT Adventures crew. Definitely sub to their channel. We got Journey with the Gingers in here. Miss Gingers, love their channel too. They were our very first guest. That's a trivia question down the road.
Yes.
Very first guest on our show. Peg and Artie. I think I've already said Peg and Artie, but yes, both their channels as well. And anybody else come in? Mr. Fordman's came in the house right here at the tail end of this. And I think is that it, Michelle?
I think. Oh, Daniel Fields.
Hey, Daniel Fields. How you doing, brother? And I think we're getting close.
We're getting close.
We're getting close. And yes, we're caught up.
All right.
So, SCT, you ready? SCT's ready. So let's go ahead and bring them in the house. If you got questions ready, chat, get them ready. We're going to bring them on in the house. I would do an intro. Should I do an intro for them? I'm not going to give them a, what should I do for them? I think I'm going to give them this one. What about this one? I think I got one for you, Greg and Felicia. It's not going to be an F word. It's not, I promise you that. Okay, I promise you. I won't do that to you.
I think I've heard that one.
That sounds familiar.
How are y'all doing?
I was kind of looking forward to the fart sound.
Yeah, we're doing good. Now that was an impressive duck, Mike. I mean, it was.
It's really cute.
It's really cute. I wish I had a way to just attach it to the top of my. I mean, I just wear it up here at the top all the time.
Wow. It looks really heavy. I mean, it looks.
It's everything I can do to lift this up, and you could probably tell. I mean, it's even though it's plated, I think it's 24 plated. I think. And that sticker. I mean, you can tell Beach Police spent a ton of money on this.
It's gold plated.
I mean, it's it's very looks very similar to I mean, we won't.
Yours may be a little bigger. I don't know, but no, it's a duck. Though. I mean,
it's impressive though. It's very impressive.
It's very impressive. It is.
It's very shiny. I like.
I just wish it kind of had a bell in the inside. You could kind of ring it too. That might be a little.
That's the last thing we need.
Michelle, I need some grape poupon.
No doubt.
So SCT. So what's happening? Tell us a little bit about your channel.
Listen, we've been sitting here for we made it through Journey with the Gingers, and here we're hanging out, getting ready, and it's been quiet. And now the dog, as soon as you brought us on, the dog grabbed a squeaky toy. So we apologize.
Last week we had a baby in the background.
It's okay.
This is a family show, right? I mean, farts. Dogs barking, babies crying, Michelle belching out loud. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen here.
Well, it's real, that's for sure. So
tell us about your channel. What's the SCT? And tell us what the SCT stands for.
Okay,
I know what it stands for because I researched where you live. I researched where you live at, and I know it has something to do with where you live at.
It does. Okay, so we started this thing out about 3 years ago, and SCT actually stands for Syrup City Travel. And we started after we went on our first cruise, believe it or not, only in 2019, and we were instantly hooked. And we came back, and Felicia and I talked, and we both thought right off the bat, we said, there's got to be other people like us that had never cruised before. And she decided she wanted to be a travel advisor. And so she immediately went to school and took courses and went and got certified and did all that stuff. And so, you know, we both have jobs, so it's not our full-time thing, but she went and we opened up something called Syrup City Travel. And the month we opened it, the pandemic hit. And so
The world shut down.
then cruising stopped. And so, you know, we went through the whole pandemic and in the meantime,
So what does SCT stand for?
in the meantime, we decided to just morph it into something called SCT Adventures and isolate it completely from Syrup City Travel. So we don't even really talk about it a whole lot. Wasn't planning on talking about it tonight, but you know, we kind of keep the whole thing separate just because we want people to take the travel channel serious, because that's where, believe it or not, our passion kind of lies now. We just enjoy filming and vlogging and all that. So we came up with a whole separate logo and everything.
But Syrup City Travel is our hometown.
Oh,
Our high
she
school
wanted-
mascot is a syrup pitcher.
I wasn't going to go that far with it.
Is it really your mascot? Is it
Our
syrup?
high school team is the syrup makers.
Really?
That is awesome.
Yeah, we actually
Roddenberry's had
They got like a big picture of a pancake and a big syrup thing being poured on.
well,
or
they
something?
actually, the mascot is a person in a syrup
pitcher.
pitcher. Yes.
I love it.
In fact, ESPN did like the top so many
unusual.
mascots in the country, and we were like number 1 or number 2 or something a few years ago. So
Really?
That's our
yes.
claim to fame.
I love it.
So when did you guys? I mean, I know it's kind of travel and you're passionate about cruising. So when did you first go on your first cruise, and kind of give us a little bit of background on the very first cruise and how many cruises you've been on, and maybe the cruise line you've been on so far?
our first cruise was in 2019 in October. I've got
Right
to
before the pandemic hit.
Yeah, I got to tread lightly because that was our 20th anniversary that we went on, and
we went on the Victory.
we went on the Victory, and so we had planned quite a few cruises. We've actually, since that was our first one, and then the pandemic shut down, we went on 3 last year, and then we've been on 1 this year. We've got 3 more scheduled this year, so we've only been on 5 total.
All Carnival.
All Carnival. We've been on the Victory, the Magic, the Valor, the Sunrise, and the Ecstasy. So they're all Carnival so far.
Do you plan to cruise on other lines as well?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we do. We were kind of, I don't know, we were kind of wanting to at least, you know, get to a certain
Status.
You know, I don't know status, but tier. You know, it's kind of like I travel a lot for my job, and I'm strictly Hilton, and so once you start earning those points, you kind of don't want to branch out. You know, once you start earning them. So
Right.
yeah, but we want to cruise Royal and Celebrity and
MSC, because CME Traveling has me curious on that one. MSC.
Yeah, they did. They went on this MS.
Davina.
I thought they were on the Meraviglia.
Oh, okay, one of them I can't say.
So
somebody has come up and said they love the Valor. I've heard a lot of people say the Valor or the Horizon is their favorite ship. Maybe even a lot more prior to like the Mardi Gras coming out. Mardi Gras, I'm hearing a lot of people say hit or miss on that one. But what was on so far on the ships you went on? What is your favorite to date on the 5 you've been on?
Valor.
Valor's your favorite.
Valor?
I was going to say the Magic was probably my favorite for the size of it. The Valor
the Magic's another one that a lot of people love as well.
Yeah, the Valor. Here's the strange thing about the Valor. When we first watched the videos on the Valor, the decor is kind of dated, and it's got this whole haunted mansion vibe going on in the atrium with the presidents up there and the thing. But once we were on it, it really grew on us, and so you know we're scheduled to go on it next month, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, the Valor for me would be my second favorite. But that was your favorite. Learning new stuff every day.
So you live in Georgia, right? You live in Georgia?
We live in southern Georgia, really on the Florida Georgia line. We're only about 7 miles from the Florida Georgia line.
So you're not too far away from port. How far are you from? Which one is your closest port then?
We're really about 3 hours from 3 hours from Mobile, 3 hours from Jacksonville. We're right in the middle between those two.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So what, 5 hours to Port Canaveral, 8 to Miami, 6 to New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's not a bad area
Yeah.
to live in. I mean, you're right
Yeah.
there within, yeah.
Yeah. The only bad thing about it is we're only 3 hours from Billy J.
Well, that's scary right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might want to move 3 hours away the other way then.
Yeah.
Not gonna get
So,
home.
now, so far on your cruises so far, port-wise, what's been your favorite so far?
Port Canaveral, would you say?
Hands down.
Yeah, Port Canaveral.
Port-
Miami was fairly easy to get in and out of once you get to Miami, but just getting to Miami is a challenge in and of itself.
Now, what about on the cruise ship ports like you visited outside the U.S.?
Oh,
Like
Oh,
destination?
Those destination ports. I don't know. Cozumel's still our favorite right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
After watching
Cozumel's
y'all's
awesome.
Bonaire trip the other day, that looks like it would be a
Oh my
fun
gosh, y'all,
place
it
to
was
go
the
to.
greatest.
It's
looked
definitely,
nice.
I mean, I said this, I think, on our Facebook page. We liked it so much. And I was talking to somebody behind the scenes today. I can say who it was. It was Matt Allen had messaged me behind the scenes. And he said, Mike, I really loved your Bonaire video. And he's a big diver. Him and Kimber are. And he was talking about how much he loved it. And I had, and I told Michelle about it. I was looking at flying there. I was like, how much would it cost? Let's just fly there, stay a week. Even though I don't dive, I love to snorkel, but I could just get lost in that place. Absolutely loved it. I don't feel like we gave Aruba as good I think it was just even though we were there a very long time, the Carnival excursion we did was kind of felt rushed a little bit. If I was able to get in a golf cart and ride around Aruba at my own pace, I probably would have loved Aruba a lot more than what we did. But Bonaire was just something about being in a golf cart, and just taking your time and doing whatever you want, whenever you wanted to.
And I've never seen such beauty. I mean, it is so gorgeous.
Yeah, I looked at Felicia when y'all came out of the restaurant and you were showing that area right outside of that. I looked at her and I said, that looks like paradise to me right there. Just
it is. Definitely.
Yeah, it was really nice. So what, I mean, any other destination ports you've been to that you just really loved?
And I don't think so yet, and mainly because we've only been able to go on, because of my work schedule, we've only been able to go on 4 and 5 day cruises so far, and that limits, especially the Carnival, that limits. They go, you're going on a 4 or 5 day, you're only going to Cozumel or to Nassau or to Half Moon Key or whatever. So hopefully, and within the next year or so, we'll be able to go on some 7 and 8 day, and then branch out to some other. We were supposed to go to Grand Cayman, and we went to Ocho Rios this past year, which Ocho Rios was not one of our favorite stops by any stretch of the imagination.
It was pretty looking.
But they canceled Grand Cayman on us because of the pandemic, so we didn't get a chance to go there, and just threw Nassau in. I guess Nassau is the catch-all whenever they can't go anywhere else. But so.
Yeah, Billy J probably would have been laughing like Anthony did in the video, don't you think?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Billy would have missed the ship getting back to it, I think.
Billy, I'm sorry, but I
would've
don't
been
think it
crap
was
on
real
it.
impressive.
No, that's why I blurted out. I kind of felt bad for Anthony that the first time he saw it was, somebody 50 and older and not somebody 25 and younger.
I don't think we need to have this
I'm
discussion.
sorry about that. I grew up in the 70s when there was drive-in theaters, and let's go. All right.
Yes, you have gone
Lord,
way
forgive
off.
me.
Yes.
Forgive me, Lord.
Yes,
Lord,
Billy.
have mercy on me. I need a hallelujah to come in here, right? I need something to come in here. I got the angels over here. I need to hit that one right there.
Yes, Billy. He did blur it out to save your eyes.
But so now, so who does the editing and vlogging for you mostly? Look. So I'm going to ask the same question the Gingers asked Jason earlier. So what kind of camera do you use, or what several cameras do you use? And what kind of software are you using?
We have which I pulled these out here just in case. We have the good old fashioned Canon M50 with this is just, it's not the Rode. This is the knockoff Rode Boya microphone. But the funny thing about carrying this thing around, and I leave the dead cat or whatever you call this thing on it all the time, is we've had at least 2 or 3 people come up and accuse us of bringing a kitten on board and a puppy or something. But we walk around with it, and that's the Canon M50. And normally I have it attached to the Joby Gorilla Pod, whatever
That
that
looks
is.
familiar.
Yeah,
All that looks familiar, right? I think I got one sitting right over here.
Yeah. And we bought this to take into port, so I didn't have to carry the camera in. But this is the smallest little thing, and I think if you're watching, anybody was watching Journey with the Gingers earlier, Josh Moon was talking about this. This is the DJI Pocket, and this thing I literally got it for less than $150 off Amazon, and it's got a gimbal on it. It does 4K, 24 frames per second. Great battery life. And so I grab this when we go into port and just carry it with us, and it does great footage. And then I can stick it in my pocket and don't have to carry the M50 in with us. The only thing is,
it's small.
Oh yeah, it's teeny tiny, but it does really good footage. In fact, you can't really tell whenever I edit the difference between the M50 and the Pocket.
Wow, that's great. Does it take pictures as well?
It does. It does do pictures. It'll do panoramic pictures too. You can set it down. In fact, I have another. I bought an attachment for it so that I can put it on a another GorillaPod type tripod, and you can set it down. It'll do panoramic pictures. It'll do. It's got a lot of features to it. DJI is pretty good about all the stuff that they have built into it. You can even attach. It's got an attachment where you can plug it into your phone and use your phone as a viewer for it. So it's pretty neat. It's a neat
I
device.
guarantee the Amazon cart will have it in there soon.
I gotta stop. I'm getting way too many. Hey, Mark, how you doing with the Cruise World? How you doing?
The only thing about that one is at my age, my eyesight's going, and so the screen on it is so small it's hard to see. And so the other thing we use is just, I have an older GoPro session, and that I use just in the car and stuff, like going to and from cruises and stuff, just to do time lapse footage of driving and stuff. Our youngest daughter sometimes will use it jumping in pools and stuff like that, and because it's waterproof. But that, and then we use our phone. We have a gimbal for the phone. So the standard equipment, I think, that everybody.
We use our phone. I use my phone for a lot. I mean, I've got an iPhone 11, an older iPhone 11 that I use for a lot. But this last cruise we went on, when I say this, I'm not bragging because my quality is not outstanding, nothing. But the whole Bonaire videos was nothing but the GoPro. Now it was the GoPro 10. Now I did buy a Freewell lens kit that I put a polar CPL lens over it, took it off on the newer ones. You can take the lens off and put a new one on. So I did put a CPL lens over top of it since I was outdoor. And I think it really helped on capturing the blues, making them pop a little more. But I love the GoPros. Now, the only thing I don't like about the GoPros is the inside. Anytime I'm videoing inside on a cruise ship or in a restaurant or anything like that, I always use my iPhone. But the Canon M50s are great. I've got a Canon M50. I just got tired of them being so heavy. Kind of like you talking about going into port and using something smaller that's less
it's bulky
and distraction. People coming up to you, oh, what are you doing here? Even with a GoPro though, and you put a little bitty dead cat with a Rode mic or a Movo or a Deity on there, people are going to be like, oh, you're a vlogger, which I mean that's okay, but I don't know. I like something you can put in your pocket and you just kind of pull it out.
Inconspicuous.
Because everybody has a phone, and to me, you can always just grab your phone, turn it sideways, and you're there.
Don't hurt the duck.
Don't mess that duck up.
Right, don't put the duck over here where it's safe.
All right, it's
Protect
safe.
the duck.
The duck will go between us tonight on the pillow.
Oh dear.
So what about editing software? What kind of editing software do you use?
Editing, I use Adobe Premiere Pro.
You go straight to the big dog. Okay.
Well, I started with Filmora. That's what I started with, and still, I mean, I still think highly of Filmora. Filmora was so easy to use. But I don't know. I watched some of the other vloggers that were using Final Cut Pro and some of those other programs. And I just felt like, I don't know. I convinced myself that in order to be a real vlogger, I needed to do, and now I realize how idiotic that was, because the first time that I got Adobe Premiere Pro and tried to put it on the computer we had, my computer laughed at me. And so then it wouldn't run it. And so I told Felicia, I said, we got to build a computer. So I went out and built this big editing computer. We built this editing computer. So we ordered all the components and built this editing computer. So we use Adobe Premiere Pro, and for my job at work, I do training videos, and I have Adobe Premiere Pro there too. So it kind of crosses over from work to home. So I've just stuck with it. But as far as Filmora goes, I would go back to Filmora tomorrow just for ease of use and everything else. It's
what on Filmora, what level was you up to that you last used?
Well, that was 2.5 years ago.
So it was probably 9 or 10 or 8.
Yeah, I think it was 9. I think it was
Okay,
9 was the one I used. So
yeah, I'm using Filmora 10 now. They just came out with 11, but I've always been wanting to go to Adobe. But I'm like, is that learning curve going to be really hard to learn? Because I'm finally getting to the point I feel like on Filmora where I'm understanding to go a little bit deeper into some of the advanced part of it. And I'm like, am I going to start all over again with Adobe? And I was like, I don't know about that.
It's not user friendly. I mean, once you get into it and start understanding it, you can do more with it than what you can what you used to could in Filmora. But and truthfully, now that I mean, literally, I do our vlogs and
just click.
I do it in 2 hours is about what it takes normally to edit a single vlog, because I use a format from a previous vlog usually. So a lot of the parts in it, like the intros and even the previously parts, I mean, I go to pull in a previous vlog and just copy those sections over, so it doesn't take near as long. The first one's usually the longest one, and then they get easier. But once you get used to it, doesn't really take that long.
That's why we have heart transitions. That's right. That's right. You're exactly right, Meg. So Meg made a comment 2 or 3 vlogs back that, hey, I really liked your heart transition or something. So I told Michelle, I said, that's going to be our thing. Since we're Lovelaces and love is in our last name, we're going to use it instead of dissolving or cut or page flip and all this other stuff, time warp. We're just going to put
the hearts.
We're going to put a heart every time as our transition. And so we're going to ride that for a while.
That works.
We're putting it up as our favorite. And every time we go to a transition, it's just like heart. So that's cool. So we got Danny Griswold. They're in the house tonight. Good to see you, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, any kind of questions you guys have for Greg and Felicia, please put them in here. We'll try to highlight those. Any kind of questions you have for their channel. So I know you're getting ready. Now, another thing a lot of people may not know, and I didn't realize this until I heard you on one of your lives a couple times back. You mentioned it the other night as well, another time. But is it Taste Buds? I didn't realize that was your channel. And I think either a couple of years back, it was either one of my cooking videos, you guys commented on it, or I was watching one of your videos and I commented on it. And then when you announced it a couple lives back about that being your future son-in-law, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep,
I was like, that's who that is. I remember that because I was like, that is a cool name of a channel. And they commented, because at first I thought, is this a real channel or somebody messing with me? That was a couple of years ago, I believe. I think it was that long ago.
Yeah, it was.
It was something
and then I put 2 and 2 together when you mentioned it the other night. I was like, I remember them commenting on one of my cooking videos a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was when the pandemic started, and after I built this computer and after I bought the camera equipment and we weren't traveling, literally I went to her one day and I said, I've got to do something with all this stuff. So what do we do?
Practice
And I need to learn Adobe Premiere Pro, and I need to learn all this. And so I said, do you think CJ would start a channel with me? I had this idea, unbeknownst to me, that other people had it too. I should have thought that, I should have realized other people had these kind of ideas. But I said, let's do a channel. CJ and I will do ranking and taste testing generic versus brand food items.
I love that idea. I love it.
And so we started it and called it the Taste Buds. And so I use that as if you go back to that channel, which I don't suggest, by the way, but if you go back to it and you look from the first video where I think we did ranking ketchup or something like that to the last one that we did, you can see the progression of learning how to edit and learning. It was a learning ground for learning how to edit and use software and use camera and transitions. And then by the time we started cruising started back up last year, I used that to start doing our videos and stuff, and it helped tremendously. I don't know what we would have done, what our videos would look like last year if I hadn't had that channel.
Well, there's a channel we follow up. They're called Joshy and Stacy out of Gatlinburg, the whole area. They do a lot of food reviews. I know you guys go to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge too. I believe I've seen it in some of your videos, but they did one a while back where they went to a grocery store and bought a bunch of mayonnaise. And Stacy's not a big mayonnaise person, but they tasted a bunch of different mayo and try to guess which one that was and which one you like and all that. I think it's a great idea because there's a lot of that's kind of our channel is kind of a foodie channel. We started out doing barbecue videos and cooking videos, but then I love taking pictures of food and doing reviews and stuff. So that's how we added the and travel was so we could do turn it into a family channel too. To get Anthony and Michelle and us more involved when we go on trips to do the food reviews included with it. So I love the Taste Buds idea. So if you revive that, I would love.
You want to be a guest?
I want to come on there and let's do a guest. We could do something. Let's collaborate on that. Let's bring something up.
It was fun and
do a blind taste.
They wouldn't have an idea.
I'd have to convince CJ. CJ kind of was take it or leave it. So I don't know. I'd have to convince him to do it or either get a new co-host for it. But, I tell you the one thing the channel did more than anything else, what that channel did for me was it made me appreciate how much work goes into the channel and how to appreciate people that, watch it and subscribe, because literally it took a year to get to 100 subscribers on that channel.
Begging.
All right. If you want to call it that, but so, coming over to our channel to go to from where we started last year, because we'd had our channel around for a while. And then whenever we started cruising last year, we were at like 68 subscribers and whatever we are right now. To go from there to where we are now, I'm very appreciative of the fact that people even want to watch what we put out, but to know that doesn't just come easy, that it's work and that we put into it. It just makes you appreciative of it. If I hadn't had that experience with that channel, I would think this is just normal. You just put out a video and people go subscribe, but that it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, this is my new thing. People appreciate my big bites. So, the buffalo shrimp. I had some comments. People saying, "Man, you ate that whole shrimp in one bite," or "Man, you downed half of that lobster roll in one bite."
You got a big
You
mouth.
need to get with the cruise world and do a song like Mike likes big bites. Like
another one bites the dust or something. We can change it up like another one.
Like what Betsy said. Yeah, that's.
So Tammy's here complimenting Felicia with a haircut.
Aww.
So everybody loves the haircut, Felicia.
Thank you.
I like your grilling videos. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. I was watching.
I appreciate that. I got people giving me a hard time now. Like, I'm tired of the traveling videos, Lovelace. I want some more cooking videos. So we do have a couple we're working on. I cut the video for one last night, and we got another one in the next 2 days. We're going to do a smash burger with fried mac and cheese, bacon, and the mac and cheese is going to have some jalapeno juice in it as well. But it's on the Blackstone. So we're doing a smash burger with bacon and fried macaroni and cheese on top of it and pretzel buns. and this was inspired by Betsy and Mike, because last week they did the hot challenge, and they love
That was
pretzel.
so funny.
That was
They love
hilarious.
the pretzel. They love the pretzel buns when they go to Guys. So we're gonna
give it a try.
we're gonna give it a try.
Well, you had us at
Babe,
Boston
it will
Butts.
not be well
Uh-huh.
done.
No,
That
it
was
will not
good.
be a Margaritaville. It will not be a Margaritaville well done. I think I've said Margaritaville 8 times now. I got 17 more times to go. So let's talk about what cruises do you have coming up?
Okay, so we've got one next month with Kelly
Kelly
and
and
Tammy,
Tammy.
who are in the chat. We'll be on the Carnival Valor. That's Memorial Day weekend. And then we have one coming up. Kind of excited about, especially after y'all's vlog on the Freedom with Adventures Ahead. Well, I think y'all were with Adventures Ahead, weren't you, back on the Freedom?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
We'll be with CME Traveling, and I jokingly made a little logo with SCMET to be with those guys, but they booked it with us in September. I don't even know the dates. She probably knows.
22nd.
So
September
y'all going to be on
22nd.
the Legend at that time up going out of Baltimore?
No, we're going to be on the Freedom. Freedom's moving to Port Canaveral from Miami,
Right.
and so we booked that one.
Okay.
And it's just a little. I think that's another 4-day, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and then we'll be on in December. We're going out of Charleston on
Sunshine.
the Sunshine. That's the one that Jonathan Bailey and
Journey with the Gingers.
Lori and Hannah with Journey with the Gingers are going to be on that one. So, and we didn't even know any of that whenever we booked it.
You booked it, and I was like, why does that sound familiar?
And I
then we
put it
found
out there on our Facebook group page, and Lori commented, "Hey, that's the one we're going to be on." So it just turned out, kind of like what we were talking about earlier. So
Yeah, we found out. I was telling you beforehand, and I know that KY Travelers is in here, and Tom and Brenda. We found out this week, that they're going to be on the same cruise we are. We just found out yesterday. So we know Ronnie's going to be on that cruise. Ronnie and Alma with Life is Good Today. We got KY Travelers on that cruise. And there's another one that's on that cruise that I don't want to say right now, but I'll let them say, even though they said it on our page. I don't know if they're still in here or not.
I think
but
you've already blabbed it. So
I may have, but I don't want to say anymore. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool when you find out people are on the same cruise ship you didn't have no clue about. But
Yeah.
that's going to be awesome, because I think we've had 2 cruises that we were supposed to be on with Tom and Brenda that got canceled for one reason or the other. I know last October was canceled because of my mom's health, but those are fun. Those are really fun to do.
yes,
yeah, and I would like to say up front that we did not pay you nor Jonathan Bailey for the picture, winning the picture last week. So
No, you made that check out to Anthony, and it did cash, so it's okay.
Okay.
It did go through. You're fine. You won it,
Good.
so
It's good to know.
You're
It's good to
good.
know. Good to know.
Everything's good on that. So yeah, that's another great segue into what I mean, was you really shocked that you won? I mean, because that was a great picture.
yes.
I have to admit, though, there was a lot of good pictures last week.
There
I
were.
was really impressed with the
I
pictures
was-
overall.
I was floored by it. When you announced the contest, I sat down and looked through the computer to find a couple of pictures, and I knew that you said they didn't have to necessarily be cruise pictures, so I picked one that was and one that wasn't, and that picture that I chose was actually one that I also used for our thumbnail for that cruise on the Ecstasy.
Mhm.
But that was dumb luck for that picture, just from the standpoint of we were late leaving Mobile that night, and so we had went up to the top deck, and I just turned around and thought the city looked
It was pretty.
nice, and snapped that picture. But the coolest thing about it was after I was editing the picture and looked at it, saw the crew member standing there, and I thought how cool that was for them to not get to see something like that, very often. But I sent it in. But whenever I came in last Thursday night, I was late getting home because I was at worship practice at our church, and I came in and Felicia's like, the picture's up. It's number 10, and that was about the time that Jonathan started ranking them, down to the 15 and to the top 10. And so each time Felicia and I and Kara was sitting on the couch with us, and he kept dropping it in there, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me with all these great pictures.
That's excitement, though. The way he did that, I liked it, because it's like, well, let me look at 10, 12, 14, and 5, and you're like, am I in the top 20? Am I in the top 10? Whoops. And then the next time he didn't even call them back out. He called something totally different, which that's a lot of pressure, because I kind of felt bad for Jonathan. I was like, Jonathan, do you want us to go? And I even said it. I mean, I said it live. I didn't say it behind the scenes. And I was like, do you want us to go another round? I don't know if you remember watching it. I was like, that's a lot of pressure, because what you didn't see behind the scenes was his poor little girl was all over the place crying, and he's holding her, and he's watching the video, focusing with the baby climbing up on his head, the dog's back here on the couch doing all this, and he's zoomed in watching these pictures, all this stuff going on behind him. And I'm like, how can he focus? And his eyes were lasered in on that screen. And I was like, does he need another round? That's why I said that. I was like,
he is a great multitasker.
I mean, he was definitely multitasking, because he was lasered in on that PowerPoint slide in those pictures. I mean, he really was.
Yeah, I thought for sure that in the final 3 that the one from the drone was going to get it. But they were all so good. I was just blown away by it. And so, yeah, afterwards I sent him a message, because we'd already been talking a little bit over the past week or two about the cruise coming up. I sent him a message and said, hey, I'm, gave him my name, said, hey, I'm the one, that won tonight. And he goes, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. He said, that's awesome. So yeah, it was fun. But the other picture I sent you, the one with the comet,
I didn't even know it was ours.
yeah, she didn't even know that. Remember, that was ours. But the cool thing about that picture was I took it with the Canon M50 with a 30-second exposure. And if you'd have been standing there next to me when I took it,
Completely dark.
It was pitch black dark. You couldn't even see. So I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to get it, So I was just experimenting with long exposure. I'm not really a photographer, but I Googled how to do that.
Thank goodness for Google.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something that we really enjoy doing. I know it was a little bit of work, and luckily Jonathan was willing to do that.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. We got some ideas on down the road to do some more on that. And we've always said this, our channel is not about us as much as it is people coming on and giving exposure to other channels. And just, it's like sitting in the living room, having a good time talking, and just, like you're on a cruise ship and you meet a couple and you're over to the side, sitting down somewhere and just meeting them and talking. That's how we feel like our channel is about. It's not about
just growing a big family.
Yeah. It's not about promoting us as much as it is just talking and meeting other people. But that's one thing we want to do. Maybe down the road, even though we're not great photographers ourselves, is maybe have some more photo contests, but maybe up it a little bit down the road and have like layers of competition to it, with maybe, doing a food picture or different type pictures, maybe a mountain pic, and just
got your wheels turning.
Yeah. It's got me turning. And I had a lot of people behind the scenes comment or send me messages behind the scenes like, hey, what if you do this, this, and this? And I really like those ideas. And another thing, maybe to take the pressure off Jonathan, would be, we have a couple of friends that are professional photographers that aren't in the cruising community, to even have them come on as professional judges that are even outside of the community, to be like a panel and they score them or something like that. So I think if anything, that gives the people that, like each week, you never know if you're going to make the final cut, kind of like Survivor, every week, hey, I made the cut this week. I'm down to the final 9, or I'm down to the final 8.
It'd be like the Hunger Games.
Yeah. Like a Hunger Games. Yeah, that's right. So what does this say? Meg says, look, my phone bricked itself the day before. Meg, you had a really good picture. I remember, I think, of your dog, the colors in that. I think Jonathan even made a comment on that. That's the one thing I liked about the contest, was Jonathan had no clue who they were. And, of course, there were some with people in it that he knew, but he was commenting on the colors and everything else, and he had no clue who sent them in.
And the dog was so cute anyway.
Yeah.
Can't handle that pressure.
So do you have anything further out planned, like a couple of years out, or how far out in advance do you normally book your cruises?
No, December's about as far as we've gone. We can't, I can't hardly think past next week right now. I don't know. I don't know how y'all are, but yeah.
Well, I mean, our family's changing. Kara's getting married in a couple of months, and with school schedule with Riley, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, we got we got a daughter that gets married. Well, she graduates college in 2 weeks and then gets married in June. And then we got
Wow.
one that's 16 that's probably going to walk in the door any minute. She's working tonight, but she plays travel softball, so we have to factor that into the equation too. So, but we juggle all that around and this channel and everything. So it's a balancing act for sure.
Wow.
But right now, as far as we've got it out is December, and then we'll regroup and figure out where we're going from there. We need to get on the Mardi Gras because it seems like we're the only ones that haven't been on the Mardi
Us
Gras yet.
too.
Us too. I mean, we were looking at Michelle's birthday's in August, and we were trying to look at. We had to cancel our August Alaska trip, but we were looking at trying to squeeze one in August before Anthony started. He goes to middle school this year, and we were looking at trying to squeeze one in August.
It's a big birthday for me. So
Yeah. Michelle turns the. Okay. I won't say you turned a big 30, but okay, I won't say 30. But yeah, we were looking at trying to get one in before Anthony starts school, and things get crazy with my job and her job too, cranking back up. But we'll see. We've already normally we try to plan 2 a year, and
but we've got a lot to make up from.
yeah, we've got 2 years where we couldn't go at all
Yeah.
because my job was really strict on it. And Michelle's a nurse, and they were really strict with the cruise line was on the no travel, like where I work at. You couldn't cruise. I mean, it was on the no travel list. I mean,
Yes.
you couldn't fly, you couldn't get on a cruise ship or anything. If you did, you was going to have to be on a 2 week no pay.
Quarantine,
Yeah,
yes.
quarantine for 2 weeks, no pay. Even if you were salary, it was going to be no pay unless you took your own vacation. And I mean, who was going to go on for a week and then take 2 more weeks of vacation afterwards? It was really, really strict. I mean, so
Yep. They did that to us too. It was no travel outside the country at all. And yep, same rules. They were very strict.
Yes.
wow.
Thank goodness we are headed in a good direction.
Yeah. So what was? Did anybody see today the big announcement that Carnival was making? I never did see it. There was supposed to be a big announcement today, right?
Carnival made an announcement today for TAs that they're going to do some sort of road show,
It's a bus tour.
a bus tour for TAs that I think
Yeah.
probably left a lot of TAs going, wow, okay. But that's the only thing I saw. And they did make they did put out some new guidelines on Carnival's website that said they weren't that masks were only suggested in the terminals anymore.
That's an embarkation and debarkation in the terminals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was that
So
the big news though? I thought it was like something historically huge.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be bigger than
Yeah,
that.
that's all that really came down. John Hill didn't really put out anything, and
I didn't see anything.
that they just slipped that in on their page. So
Wow. So Mega's still waiting for a company to remove cruising from no travel. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
Hazel says I'm a nurse too. Okay. There's a common
Yes.
thing.
we
right there.
appreciate y'all for that for sure.
Well,
Thank
thank you.
Well, we're getting close to the end to go see Life is Good Today. But hey, Greg and Felicia, we cannot thank you enough for coming on. Those in the chat, if you have not subbed to their SCT, it's came up here several times. Please do so. And also go check them out on their live show the other night. I did horribly bad. Paul Vimes whipped my tail, and he got the brain that week on one of them. And the other one, Travel Mobile, killed it, I think, right? I mean, they had like all 15 right, like a perfect score. I mean,
Wow.
and this was like 5th grader stuff. And I think I only got like, I think I got like three out of 15, which I know it's hard to believe me being in the South. I only got 3 out of 15 right, I believe, on that.
Wow, that's bad, Mike.
Well, the next one I got 13 out of 15 right, but I still finished behind Paul Vines. Paul had the triple B's that helped him.
Yeah.
Remember the beer, the boots, and the booty.
Yeah. How did that help him?
I don't know. He was looking at the picture, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, guys,
Okay.
we appreciate y'all. I mean, this has been an honor for us. You know, we
No,
really appreciate it.
the pleasure was all ours, So, thank you. Please go sub to their channel. And Felicia and Greg are great people.
Yes.
Kara's okay.
Yeah,
I know,
I
she's
agree.
great too.
She don't need any more.
She don't need no more fans, right?
No, no.
All right.
Hopefully,
Thank you guys.
we can cruise together soon.
That's right.
Yeah,
Y'all have a
yeah,
great
that'd be
night. Thank
great.
you.
Thank
y'all.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.
So again, please go sub to their
Yes.
channel.
What nice people.
Yeah, such great people. Good to see some of these new, but they're not really new. I mean, they got 800 and some, almost hit 900 subscribers. So they're getting close to hitting that 1,000. So please go sub to their channel
Yes,
if you
but
haven't
we hadn't had
already.
an opportunity to talk to them, and
No,
that's very
you're-
nice.
You're exactly right. So it's great to, and I got a list there of some other channels I want to get to come on, but some of these other channels are got that circuit going on where they're getting on some of these other ones. I'm like, you know
Right.
how it is, right? Hey, y'all want to hear one
Special.
more fart? That's just for you, Betsy. And that one's for you, Mike. And that's for all of you. Hey, y'all have a great night tonight. Life is Good Today is on tonight. Next, you also have at 10 o'clock, Beach Please Hangout. Y'all have a blessed one. Y'all have a good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you so much.